The future will be ours. Okay. Let me just make that like that. All right. So let's go ahead and get here on our mats for a moment. And I'm going to sit up nice and tall. I've got my left side facing the computer screen, and I'm just gonna take my neck side to side. Maybe squeeze one shoulder up, and then take my opposite shoulder up. Good. And then from there, go ahead, roll both shoulders here for just a moment. You're going to get ready to go down to the mat, but just take a second to kind of orient yourself in a seated position. So now we're going to exhale and squeeze. Pull your shoulder blades down the back just a few times. Very, very nice. And then from here, go ahead, take your elbows, make them soft, stretch and reach to one side. And right back up, stretch and reach in the opposite direction. Ooh, we might need to do that a couple times. So just stretch, reach, feel the sides of you, kind of lengthening out. Very nice. Y vamos a hacerlo otro lado. We'll try it on the other side. Good. So now let's take a big respiración. Take a big breath forward, moving forward, adelante. Now let's take a big breath and move back. So I'm closing my hands here. So I'm going to inhale, stretch, reach forward, moviendo el pecho adelante. And now moving, pulling my abdomen in as I come back. Let's try that a time or two more. Moving forward. And exhale, moving back, feeling your abdomen supporting la espalda inferior, your low back. Good. And let's just take a little pause right here for a moment. Stretch, reach the arms up. Couple little circles, arms up, out, down, arms forward, up, and out. Adelante, arriba, afuera. Good. Now let's take a pause and then just slowly start bringing yourselves bone by bone all the way down to the mat. You can hug your knees over your chest, rock your back just a little bit. Good. So while you're here, close your eyes. Y tú puedes ver en tu mente, you can see in your mind, oh, where's there a little tension kind of creeping, hiding out in la espalda inferior? Good. Where's there a little tension hiding out in your low back? And can you give it a little massage? Good. Just with the weight of your own torso, stretching across your sacrum. Muy bien. Now let's bring your arms here to your sides for a moment. Stretch and reach one leg up. And exhale, allow it to release down. Stretch and reach the opposite leg up. And then right back down. So I want you to feel as the leg lengthens, your abdominales are going to move adentro. The abdominals move in as you stretch. And now you can take this and make a flexed foot. So vamos a flexionar los pies. You're going to flex your foot as you stretch and reach out. Good. So just feeling right now, something that lovely that happens when your quadricep is engaging. It's going to really allow the back of the leg to open up. Beautiful. So now take a little pause. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms, reach them up alongside the ears, and then vamos a poner las manos detrás de la cabeza. So you'll put your hands here back behind the head. And then use an exhale, expirando para subir to lift your head and chest. Beautiful. So now let's just tap one set of toes down and then the other. I want you to feel your belly connecting strong as a part of this movement as we go abajo y arriba con las dos piernas. Very nice. Let's try that. One or two más. And then let's pause and twist towards your front leg or whatever leg you have in the air. Y vamos a hacerlo otro lado. You're going to just cambiar lados, change sides por las costillas, mientras bajando las piernas while you're lowering the legs. Good. Good, let's take a little descanso. Bring 2 knees in over your chest, bring your 2 arms here to your sides, and then let's lightly just create a little bicycling action. So once again, you're gonna reach through the heels. As you do this, put your hands, manos en las costillas, put your hands on the ribs, and you're gonna exhale, feel the rib cage pull in as the leg reaches away. So exhale, exhale, exhale. So this will just help you keep knitting your center together. Good, let's change the direction. Vamos a cambiar la dirección de las piernas. Good. And exhale into that lift of the leg. So feeling your ribs knitting together. Very nice. Good. Take a little pause here. Dos rodillas sobre el pecho. 2 knees over the chest. And you can lightly let the tailbone lift up. Y vamos a estirar la espalda inferior. You're going to stretch your low back as you gently lift. Good. Muy bien. Vamos a bajar las piernas. Doblamos las rodillas. You'll bend the knees. Los pies en el piso. And now brazos a tu lado. So take your arms to the side. Do a little sweep and circle. So brazos arriba y abajo with your palms facing in, las palmas adentro. Good. And now let's change that up. So you're going to turn the palms up and take the circles in the opposite direction. Good. Just waking up the arms there. Beautiful. Vamos a poner los brazos aquí en el piso. Let's put your arms on the floor. Y empujamos la pelvis arriba. Push the pelvis up. Exhale, come down. 3, 2, 1. Good. So vamos a empujar por los pies. Push up. And exhale, coming down. 3, 2, 1. Good. Vamos a subir. 3, 2, 1. Y vamos a bajar. 3, 2, 1. Vamos a subir. 2, 3. Vamos a bajar. 2, 1. Good. Let's take a little pause with your pelvis lifted. And make this a big stretch. So press the arms down. Press the feet down. Y subimos la pelvis. Just lift the pelvis down and up. Let's go 10, 9, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and exhale. Let's lower those bones all the way back down to the floor. Take your hands here back behind your right leg. Vamos a estirar muy bien. So you're going to really stretch your femorales aquí en la pierna derecha. So really stretch here for a moment the hamstrings on this leg. And now exhale, change the position. Vamos a cambiar la posición. Change the position. Hamstrings en la pierna opuesta. Good. And then we're going to extend the opposite leg out. Y cambiamos la posición de las piernas. You can let the hands kind of tap your shin as we come 10 y 9 y 8 y 7 y 6 y 5 y 4 y 3 y 2 y 1. Muy bien. Let's go from here. Take your hands back behind the head and giramos. You're going to twist towards your leg that's in the air. Good. Cambiamos la posición de las piernas. So we're going to go 10 y 9 y 8 y 7 y 6 y 5 y 4 y 3 y 2 y 1. Muy bien. Take a little pause. Bend the knees. Right foot moves to the floor. Continue to stretch your left leg up in the air. Push, empujamos. Then you're going to push through your right foot. Exhale, come down, 3, 2, 1. So empujamos, really feel the big toe base joint. Press down to the floor so you feel the arch of the foot. Engage y vamos a bajar otra vez. Subimos y bajamos. Very nice. Subimos y bajamos. Última vez, last time. Subimos, hold here. Now take your left ankle to the thigh. And you're going to lightly lift the sitting bones. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Muy bien. Let's lower that down. Take a little moment. Oh, and stretch here. So I don't know if you biked really high up a hill earlier today. You might be feeling some work here, a little stretch in your hip. Not a bad thing. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take your left foot, el pie izquierdo en el piso, and now your pierna derecha arriba. So now let's push down through the foot. We'll come up to 3. Vamos a bajar, 2, 3. Vamos a subir, 2, 1. Vamos a bajar, 2, 3. Subimos y bajamos. Good. Subimos y bajamos. Última vez, subimos. Good. Hold. Now your ankle to the thigh, tobillo a tu muslo. And now down and up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Muy bien. Bajamos la pelvis. Lower the pelvis. Manos aquí. Placing your hands here on your shin. And just letting your hips in particular, la cadera derecha, está estirando. It's really getting a little stretch here. Very, very, very nice. Good. So now let's take your dos manos detrás de los muslos. Take 2 hands behind the thighs. Rock up para encontrar una posición sentada. You're going to take a seated position here. And then pull the belly in. Y vamos a mecer atrás. You're going to rock back. Mecer atrás. Y movimos arriba. You'll move up into a seated position. Vamos a bajar otra vez. I'm really feeling the back of you. Relajando. Muy bien. Let's come up again. Beautiful. And now take your 2 arms up. And you're going to tap your right foot into the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Y ahora la izquierda. 3, y 2, y 1. Muy bien. Take your 2 arms up. And then your pierna derecha, your right leg down and up. 3, and 2, and 1. Y otra pierna. 3, y 2, y 1. Good. Let's lower your 2 legs. Nos sentamos arriba. You'll sit up. Stretch your legs all the way out. Y estiramos adelante. You'll stretch forward. Y ahora nos sentamos arriba. So now you'll sit tall. Estiramos adelante, stretching forward. Y ahora nos sentamos arriba. Let's do that one more time. Estiramos adelante. Muy bien. Y nos sentamos arriba. Y ahora estiramos los brazos arriba. So stretch your 2 arms up. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. Go 3, 2, and 1. And now you're going to twist and open. So vamos a elevar otra vez los brazos. And then from here, abrimos mientras bajando los brazos. You open while twisting. Arriba y afuera. Good. Arriba y afuera. Very nice. Arriba, afuera. And now we're going to combine these actions. Come stretch forward. Take a little pulse from your ribs. Pulse, pulse. Nos sentamos arriba, let's sit up. Y vamos a hacerlo otro lado, pulse, pulse. Nos sentamos arriba, hacemos otro lado, pulse, pulse. Y arriba, and then once again, a pulse, pulse, y arriba. Good. So now, sitting up nice and tall, vamos a bajar. You're going to lower all the way down to the mat. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Hacemos circulitos con los brazos. Make a little circle with your arms. Y nos sentamos arriba otra vez. You're going to come sit up. Todos los abdominales conectando. Good. Feeling your abdominals connect. Good. Now we're going to come down this time. Take a little pause from your belly. Pulse 3, 2, 1. Lower hair more from your belly. 3, 2, 1. One more time. 3, 2, 1. Y vamos a bajar. 2, 3. Good. Take another little breath. Brazos a tu lado. Nos sentamos arriba. See if you can lift a little. 3, 2, 1. Arriba un poco más. 3, 2, 1. Un poquito más. 3, 2, 1. Y nos sentamos arriba. Okay, let's take your hands here for a moment. Once again, estirando la pierna derecha. So you're going to stretch your right leg all the way up. I want you to think about kind of reaching your left ribs. Bueno, las costillas en la izquierda. En la dirección de la pierna. In the direction of your leg. Good. And then from here, let's just walk ourselves really slow. All the way down the leg. Very nice. Take a big sweep of your arms. Haciendo un círculo. And then we're going to walk ourselves all the way back up this leg. Steady, easy, even. Good. Now from here, put one hand at your hip and open that leg. Afuera. Bueno, lejos del cuerpo, from the body. Away from the body. And then from here, you can fold at the knee. Bring that leg in just un poquito. So now you're stretching here. Once again, in your hip. Beautiful. And then let's see, you can set that leg down on top of your thigh. And we're going to come stretch forward. Good. Really feeling your abdominals staying connected to you as you move forward. Apoyando la espalda. Supporting your back. Nos sentamos arriba. Y ahora vamos a bajar. You're going to now lower down to the floor on a 3, on a 2, on a 1. Good. Allow your hip to release here deeply. Good. Otra cosita. Another thing you can do with that leg on top, just give a little twist towards it, opening your chest. Good. One more big breath. Good. Y desde aquí vamos a subir otra vez. You're going to lift. So take that foot back to your thigh, pie a tu muslo. Brazos a tu lado, arms at your side. Y subimos otra vez. Un poco difícil. It's a little tricky. Okay. Vamos a intentar esta secuencia otro lado. We're going to try that same sequence on the other side. So start by just lifting your left leg, la pierna izquierda, and let your shoulders pull down the back. La escápula está conectando, moviendo en la dirección de la espalda inferior. So your scapula is moving down towards your lumbar spine. Y vamos a bajar. We're going to lower, lower, lower. Desde la pierna. Good. Estirando otra vez, femorales. You're really stretching your hamstrings here. Muy bien. Puedes hacer un circulito. You can bring a little circle around through your arms. Y desde aquí vamos a subir, trepar otra vez. La pierna, come stretch up. Now a little pause, hand at your muscle, so one hand at your hip or thigh. As you open la pierna izquierda afuera, as you open that leg out, oh, the baby's moving. I always think in class, what does the baby think is going on? Other one is gonna bust in here any minute. Okay, so desde aquí, we're gonna just bring that leg across, cruzando el cuerpo con la pierna. So you're crossing your body with your hip, allowing this part of you, back of the hip here, está estirando. Good, just rest your foot for a momentito on your muslo, so let the foot rest on your thigh, and then estiramos adelante. Then you're gonna come stretch all the way forward out sobre la pierna. Oh goodness. Wow, it is just a time when low backs can be tight. So core, I hope you're getting the stretch here that you need. And nos sentamos arriba otra vez. You're gonna sit all the way up. Y vamos a bajar. So we're activating our core, utilizando los abdominales para bajar. So you're lowering from your abdominals. And now when you get here on the floor, stretch, estiramos por la cadera. You should feel this knee bajando is really coming down towards the floor, so you can feel the inner thigh, inner groin area getting a good estiramiento. Good, so now let that leg cross the midline of the body, and you're just gonna let a twist happen here. Give it a few big breaths. Beautiful. And then from here, let's just return. El pie hermoso, you're gonna take that foot right back to your thigh. Los dos brazos arriba, 2 arms up. And from here, subimos. You're gonna lift, lift, lift. Not an easy thing. Good. Nos sentamos adelante otra vez. Doblamos la rodilla. So 2 knees, we're gonna bend. And then come over onto our sides. So I'm gonna bring my forearm down for right now. Push both feet. Try this actually before we lift. Squeeze your knees and lift your 2 shin bones up. Try that, just 5 and 4. Deep work for your inner thigh. If you want to make it harder, resist a little bit with your top shin. So you're trying to lift, but your top shin is saying, no gracias. Good. So that's really just nice work for internal rotation. Now we're going to do the opposite. Push your feet down, empujamos los pies abajo, and now lift your hips and pelvis. Abajo otra vez, lowering down again. Subimos y bajamos. Good. Subimos y bajamos. One more time. Subimos. Good. Little pause. Top knee opens and closes. Takes 10, 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Lower your hips and pelvis. Take that top arm over your ear, little stretch. Now, I've got my hand here back by my head for just a moment. I'm going to take my elbow and my knee. Estiramos afuera. 10, y 9, y 8, y 7, y 6, y 5, y 4, y 3, y 2, y 1. Good. Take a little pause. Hand here can move to your ankle, thigh, lo que tú quieras, wherever you want, and just lift open this hip. Beautiful. So now, bajamos la pierna, bend the knee, estiramos la pierna atrás, stretch the knee back behind you. This should really help stretch and open the abdominales también. Good. And now from here, subimos. You're going to stretch your body. So your torso en la dirección de las piernas. Oh, and that should feel like a little bit of relief también. Muy bien. Good. Desde aquí. Now I'm going to reach my two arms back and let my hips open as my torso reaches away from my hips. Beautiful. Take one more big breath here. Now your back foot, place it in front of, or place it to the side of that front knee. And then exhale. Let's just twist en la dirección, twist towards that leg. Couple of breaths. Good. Exhale now. Two knees together. And we're going to just let your sits bones, isquiones, están bajando en la dirección del tapete. So they're reaching down. If you have your, whichever knee you have on top, take the opposite arm up. Place la mano detrás de la cabeza. So you're going to take your hand here back behind your head. I want you to feel the shape of your spine. La curva de tu columna natural. The natural curve of your spine. Y desde aquí, este mano abajo, you're going to take your other hand down. Good. And then estiramos. You're going to just let the hands stretch toward each other back behind you. This is Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Good. And your arms and legs are kind of mirroring each other here. Just trying to open through pecho, your chest, your hombros, your shoulders. También las rodillas y la cadera. Ya está. So we finished there. So now vamos a hacer otro lado. We're going to try that whole little secuencia on the other side. So make sure your opposite leg is now up, arriba. And before we do any lifting here of your knees, try just a few times your two legs coming up. And remember, vamos a resistir. You're going to resistir un poco con your top leg. So you're going to kind of push down as you're lifting. And you just feel muscles there, connection there on the inside, particularly of your bottom leg. Good. All right, vamos a hacer opuestos. You're going to do the opposite. Push your feet down, subimos la pelvis. Then you'll lift the pelvis up. So feet down, pelvis comes up, 5. Feet down, pelvis arriba. Good. Feet down. Empujando, lifting the pelvis, 2. 1. Hold on to this top knee, down and up. 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4. Really feel the opening and the closing. Feet together. 2 and 1. Keeping your chest open. You notice how much you want to fall forward. Bajamos otra vez. So lower once again. Take your hand here back behind the head for a moment. So just feel this. Just the lovely little stretch. Good. Now from here, codo, this is your elbow, to your rodilla, this is your knee. Stretch out, pull back. 10 y 9 y 8 y 7 y 6 y 5 y 4 y 3 y 2 y 1. Muy bien. Take a little pause, una pausa. Take your hands to your thigh, to your dedos del pie, your toes. Stretch this leg up. Mientras, you want to still keep from sinking into the floor, right? Sinking in the shoulders. So To avoid being here, push down with the thigh bone, lift up through the ribs. Desde aquí doblamos las rodillas. You're going to bend the knee y estiramos la pierna atrás. You'll stretch the leg all the way behind you and just feel your belly, la pancita, abriendo, just opening up. Super bien. Let's leave that leg back behind us. Nos sentamos arriba, stretch up. Y en la dirección de las piernas, stretch towards the legs. If you wanted to get a deeper stretch here on top, take your bottom hand to your top arm and then pull ever so slightly. Beautiful. Desde aquí vamos a abrir los brazos, so open the arms. Y bajamos. Stretch down. And the idea is you want to let this psoas area get a nice opening. So you can come down to the floor as much as feels comfortable to you. No prescription here. Good. Try to relax through the rest of the body. And from here, we're going to sit up lightly. Good. This back foot, take it around to the outside of your front knee, la rodilla adelante. Now drop your two sitting bones, feeling your weight move evenly into the floor. Giramos en la dirección de la rodilla encima. So you're going to turn to the direction of that top leg. Muy bien, desde aquí. So now from here, let this knee come all the way down, down, down. And you can bring your isquiones, your sitting bones, into the floor, and then your heels al lado de la cadera. So your heels come as close to your hips as is working for you. Two brazos out, two arms out. Good. And whatever leg you have on top, that arm's going to go on top here, just doing the opposite of what we did earlier. Now take your fingertips and touch here the back of your neck, that natural shape of your spine as you walk. Vamos a andar las manos, llevamos las manos juntos, your fingers together. Very nice. So stretching, stretching, stretching. Couple more big breaths. And then let's exhale. Release your shoulders. Vamos a relajar los hombros. Good. Now you take two hands to the floor and come to all fours on your knees for un rato. Good. Movemos. We're going to move your hips, la espalda inferior, atrás. Good. So move your hips back, feel your upper body. Alargando, reaching out, más largo. Good. And then from here, you're going to let the hips come forward for a moment until you feel deep in the belly, a big stretch there. So bajamos, you're going to reach back. Allow your back to stretch and open up. Good. And then we're going to come forward. Good. All right, pause here on all fours for a moment. And I am going to take my right foot to the outside of my right hand. And so desde aquí, so from here, I'm going to let my hips come, estirada adelante, stretch forward. Good. And now I'm going to let my hips stretch back. So I'm just kind of taking that same pattern. Good. Voy a estirar adelante. I'm going to stretch forward. Good. Letting my hips really release. Y yo estiro atrás, now stretch back. Very nice. Come back to sort of a more middle ground position. Good. And from here, push through both feet. Let's lift up. And then allow your hips to stretch a little forward. Good. And then exhale. Slowly lowering down. The right leg moves back. Y vamos a intentar este lado. You're going to try this on the other side. Good. So now your left foot comes to the outside of your left hand. Beautiful. And then stretch your two hips forward. And exhale, reach your two hips back. Good. Estiramos adelante. Come stretch forward. And exhale, reaching your two hips back. Good. Now from here, finding that neutral ground, you're going to exhale, push up. Now let the hips go forward. Very nice. And then from here, las manos bajamos. You're going to lower your hands back down. Take that foot back behind you. Walk your two hands out just a little. Lift the hips. Finding Adho Mukha Svanasana. Down dog. So now in your down dog, estira un poco. You're going to stretch through one talon, through one heel, and then the other. So if it feels nice, you can even hold for a moment, lifting one leg, staying low. And exhale, bring that foot back. Stay nice and low here for a moment. Really focus on the stretch of your calf, your pantorrilla. Good. And vamos a hacer lo otro. I'll try that on the other side. Beautiful. So now lift. I've got my left leg lifted. I'm going to bring it forward and stretch up. Letting my head and throat. Lift, lift, lift. Give this a few breaths. Good. Then you can reach, walk your hands out just a little. Allow your body to release into the floor. Good. Let's push. Con dos manos. Push with two hands. Right back up. Curl your back toes underneath you. Lift the hips. Extend the two hips up. Good. And now your opposite leg. Just lift it for a moment. Bend the knee. You're going to bring that knee, hug it in. Slide your back thigh out. Big stretch. Good. So we're going to begin with a kind of arched back bend position here. Very nice. And then from there, you're going to take your arm stretch, reach adelante, come forward. Estirando adelante. Good. And again, we're just letting the body relajar. Just relax here into the floor. Beautiful. Let's push with dos brazos. So push with your two hands. Curl your back toes underneath you. Lift the hips. Stretch, reach back through a down dog once again. Good. This time make your down dog just a little wide. And push really deep with your arms to lift. Good. So now let's walk our hands back, back, back. And we're going to come up. You can roll up your blanket for a momentito. Voy a ver la hora. Muy bien. So let's pick up our weights for just a moment. We're not going to do too much here with your pesas. Let me fix that for a sec. Okay. Let me do this really quick. Oh, so much better. Okay, so now from right here, you're gonna come back and we're gonna just bring our weights here to our sides. And let's just exhale, lower down for a moment into like almost like a chair pose with the thighs moving back. Hold the arms in and exhale, sweep the arms up. So we're gonna come down, the elbows kind of lightly tap in at your knees. Exhale, lift. Good. Elbows pull in, kind of tap light at the knees. You can exhale, lift the heels even on these rounds, almost like you're throwing a basketball. This is like throwing a basketball in slow motion. Muy bien. Bajando otra vez. Good. Arriba. Good. Bajando. Good. Y arriba. Beautiful. Take a pause. Step your right foot forward. Turn your left toes out a little bit. And we're going to bend in the front knee. And you can create a little alternating lift. So as you bend, the opposite arm can reach, or one arm reaches up. And then the other. Good. And from here, let's take 2 arms as you bend. 3 and 2 and 1. Now pause and roll your palms up. Reach back towards your body. Take 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Exhale, release. Reverse the position of your feet. And we're going to try that same thing on this side. So now just bend the front knee, straighten, come back. Add the lift of an arm. Otro. Good. Doblando. Good. Stretching one arm out. Guys, just feeling that coordination. Beautiful. So now from here, 2 arms forward. 2 and 1. Now pause. Your weights are going to pull up and we'll go 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Exhale, release, turn your toes in and bring yourself. So now you're facing the center of the mat or center of the computer screen here. I'm going to take my thighs down, one arm up and then the other. Good. So exhale into your efforts here, allowing your knees to open. Beautiful. 2 arms out and up, 2 arms out and up, 2 arms out and up, 2 arms out. Now hold, open the arms here for just a moment. Beautiful. The arms come up. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. So now one set of toes, I'm going with my left. I'm going to open those and let my arms come down as I straighten my knees. 5. Straighten my right knee. Maybe it's your left knee if you're mirroring me. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Pause. Change the position of the feet, opening the opposite way, and we'll go 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Pause. Take your all toes in. Take your weights, set to the side. Walk your fingertips out for a moment. So lift the thighs, get a big stretch. Take your knees one way. So bending into one side and straightening. Good. As you bend that side, you can open up. Beautiful. Come right back down. Doblamos otra dirección. Good. Bajando. Opening up. Beautiful. And lowering. Opening up. Excellent. So now, pause. You're going to turn your right toes out a little bit. Walk yourself to that side. Good, and come up into Trikonasana. Good, and then we're gonna exhale. Release for a moment, turn those back toes in and get a nice long stretch. Once again, sobre las femorales, over your hamstrings. Good, those toes are gonna turn adentro, and now you're gonna turn your opposite toes out. Good, I'm gonna reach my torso over the leg as I pull my hips back. Good. Beautiful, beautiful. You can open that arm just a hair. Como tú quieras. Excellent. So now, letting that arm come down. And we're going to let your back legs, I'm going to turn towards this leg, get another little stretch here. Beautiful. For my back leg, I'm just going to step in, release my sitting bones down. I'm balanced, just letting my sits bones come towards my talones, my heels. Good. And then exhale, releasing that weight towards the floor. And then we're going to give ourselves whatever little proppage would be good for you. I'll put a blanket here. And then I have been really enjoying putting my little special meditation cushion debajo. Also, we're just gonna, it's a Friday night. I know it's been a long week. I know we have other things to do, but sometimes just carving a little space to breathe can work wonders. Puede ser un milagro, can be a miracle. Okay, so if you like, take 2 thumbs, push right in above right in between your eyebrows, right above la nariz, your nose. You could almost let your thumbs push out, massage outward. Quite literally letting there be just a little more space in your brow. So you kind of work your thumbs into this third eye point. Allow your breaths to travel deeper. And then bring your fingertips here to your temples. And you can masajear, you can massage a little bit into the temples. Maybe even I find taking my palms in at my temples and applying a little pressure, squeezing can feel good. Then you can bring your fingers here to your jaw and just massage just a little bit. And just let the arms relax, your legs relax. Just feeling the ground, el suelo apoyándote, supporting you. after your next full, complete exhale, expiración, begin to lightly move your fingers, dedos de la mano, dedos del pie, and also your ankles, tobillos, y muñecas, ankles and wrists. Take your arms up, long stretch. And we can bend the knees and roll to one side. Bringing ourselves into a seated position con las palmas juntas. Good, we'll bow the head, close the eyes. Tu práctica es un regalo. Muchas gracias. Your practice is a gift. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your viernes, the rest of your Friday. Namaste.